Hi, welcome to Story Time. We have a book here called Hooked. I think it's about fishing. What do you think? Could be. Oh, all right. Joe loved fishing, even though nothing much happened. He's sitting under the tree just a fishing. Fishing's fun. Yes, it is. He would wait. He would look at the water. He would look at the sky. He would wait some more. And he would dream about catching the big one. Yes, he would. Joe's dad thought fishing was boring. I like more action, he said, and I don't like worms. He just didn't get it. He just didn't. So Joe joined the town fishing club. They fished in streams, ponds, rivers, and brooks. One time, they even fished in a puddle. That looks like fun. It sure does. As Joe grew to love fishing even more, he asked his dad to give it a chance. "You should try it," Joe said. "No, thank you," his dad answered. Then one winter day, the leader of Joe's fishing club announced that they were going ice fishing on a frozen lake. Everyone cheered. On this trip, each child must be accompanied by a parent or a guardian, the club leader said. Uh-oh, thought Joe. Uh-oh. That would be so fun to go ice fishing. I've never done that. That night at dinner, Joe asked his dad if he would take him ice fishing. His dad thought for a minute. "I'll go on one condition," he said. "What's that?" Joe asked. Joe's dad smiled. "That I never have to do it again." Oh, that's... Huh. The next Saturday, they woke up early and drove to the lake. It was bright and beautiful and 12 degrees. Brr. Joe smiled at his dad. His dad tried to smile back. First, they carved a round hole in the ice. Then they dropped in their lines. Nothing much happened. They waited. They looked at the ice. They looked at the sky. They waited some more. Then Joe and his dad started to talk. They talked about everything. Baseball, movies, music, food, school, animals, and a bunch of other stuff. They told jokes. They drank hot chocolate. But they didn't catch anything. When the sun began to go down, they stopped talking. Joe's dad started shivering, and Joe started worrying. He worried that maybe it wasn't a good idea to bring his dad fishing after all. He worried that his dad might hate fishing now more than ever. Then, just before it was time to go, Joe felt a tug on his line. He jumped up. "I got a bite!" Joe yelled. Joe's dad tried to jump up, but he slipped and fell. Oh no. I hope he's okay. That ice can be really hard. The fish pulled back hard. It felt big and strong. Finally, after one last tug, Joe reeled it in. At first, Joe couldn't tell what kind of fish it was. Then he realized it wasn't a fish at all. It was something large, soggy, and pink. It was... Uh-oh. A stuffed elephant. Everyone started laughing. Joe's ears burned with embarrassment. I wouldn't be embarrassed. I caught a tire once. I did. He started to throw the elephant back in the lake. "Don't," said his dad. "But it's a stupid stuffed elephant," Joe said. His dad looked at him. "You caught her," he said, "and we're keeping her." Absolutely. If you catch it, you get to keep it. On the way home, Joe and his dad talked about the freezing cold and drinking hot chocolate and getting a tug on the line, and Joe's dad falling on his fanny and Joe catching the stuffed elephant. They laughed the whole way. When they got home, Joe's dad put the elephant in the washer and dryer. It came out warm and fluffy. "She's adorable," Joe's dad said. "Let's name her Ella." Came out good. Yeah. A few weeks later, when it was time for Joe's first fishing trip of the spring, his dad knocked on his door. "Can I come with you?" he asked. Joe and his dad caught only one fish that day, a little striper they threw back. But that didn't matter. They talked and laughed and had a great time. The next time Joe went fishing, his dad went with him again. And he went the time after that, and the time after that. It turned out Joe's dad loved fishing almost as much as Joe did. You could say he was hooked. And that's how Joe caught the big one. That reminds me of fishing with my grandfather. Very special times.